and we get into the Milwaukee series, it was like, great, now we got this three-headed monster over there to deal with. And Jimmy was Jimmy in the truest fashion. You know what I mean? He was talking shit, and we're down 10 points with like 5 minutes left. He was talking crazy to Drew. And I'm like, Jimmy, this game's not over. Like, what? You know what I mean? He just started getting into that mode that we all love when he gets into. And, I think he kind of just propelled us and gave guys like me a whole lot of confidence in those moments. And, and I think everyone saw us celebrate after we won that game 5. And I think that was more so of like okay, we can actually make a run at this thing. It was awesome. They just gave the whole team a lot of life.
I actually felt bad for Drew because like, he was first of all, let me say this. They basically were like, Drew, you're just going to guard him one-on-one, right? Yeah. We're not going to well, I guess there was a couple doubles.
There wasn't really one adjustment made.
But there wasn't any, right, exactly.
Not one.
It was like, we're just going to put you on him. And then Jimmy gets going and he's talking shit and there's viral videos everywhere. And Drew is just Drew also is a competitor, but he's also one of the sweetest human beings I know. And I'm like, I feel so bad for Drew in this moment right now.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
Jimmy went bananas. I don't even know how else to put it, but I mean, Drew's, I think, if not the best, one of the best defenders in our game. And I mean, you all know the same, better offenses beats better defense. You know what I mean? Like, great defense is going to get you so far. And I think when Jimmy just kind of got rolling, hold
on. We need to talk about this, Tommy. We need to talk about this because, hold on. Kevin Durant over the last 2 days has been going back and forth with people on Twitter.
Which is nothing new.
Because he basically said offense wins championships. And they're like, everybody's like defense wins, blah, blah, blah. All right. Historically speaking, right, outside of like the 2018 Cavs, I think by and large, you need a top 10 defense, right, to get to the finals and win the finals. That's go back the last 20 some years of the NBA. You need a solid defense. Denver kind of broke that norm this year because they were middle of the pack in the NBA and win the championship. I think the adage maybe had some truth to it, at least a kernel of truth in prior generations of the NBA. I think the reality is right now, you either need superhuman performances from your top players, or you need an unstoppable offense to really win a championship now. Because the league in the playoffs now, it's literally all about like, which guy can we ignore on offense and which guy can we attack on defense. That's all it is. And so if you can't generate good looks and you don't have 5 competent offensive players,
right,
you're not fucking winning in the NBA anymore. You're not. It's impossible.
For sure. I think some of it may be the rules. Obviously, they've been geared more towards the offense to, promote more scoring, more viewership, whatever the case may be. So I think there's some truth to what KD had to say in terms of offense wins you championships. And like you said, 10 years ago, by the numbers, that would not have been the case. But in the playoffs, stars have to be stars, and you need, role players to step up and make plays. And I think, we were able to do that at a very high level until we ran into Denver, like many teams were able to as well on the West until they ran into that team.
See, on a personal level for you, Gabe, JJ and I both went to a bunch of the games in New York in that series. I think it was game 2, the game Jimmy didn't play, where you guys lost, but you and Caleb went off. Was that really where you sort of felt like you would kind of arrive? Did you feel like you had come before then, or was that kind of the moment where you're like, all right, I'm ready to sort of do this thing on this stage?
I felt like I had arrived before that, truthfully. Obviously playing in the Garden in the playoffs is different and was a great experience, but no Jimmy exposed John the first play up, and it's for me to come off, and I'm like, oh, so it's one of those games where the guys are sitting down, I get to play today. It's kind of like, okay, looking forward to it. And then, kind of getting going and getting a little bit of a rhythm. And unfortunately letting that game get away from us, it was a lot of fun. And I think just like I said, the continued life that our stars were pouring into me, whether it was Jimmy or Bam, a legend coach in Spo, a Hall of Fame guard in Kyle. I got these guys in my ear telling me, no, keep going. Like, no, that was a good shot. Like, don't second guess it, and as you know, you're second guessing shots. It's usually not your best performance, but when you're just letting it fly and shooting everything with confidence and playing free, you're usually your best version.